To be here with you. I'm Melissa Thomas from C2C Stamping, and I want to kind of, you know, I don't know, kill three birds with one stone. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many birds we can kill. I don't want to kill anything actually. What I do want to do is I've been wanting to play with the beautiful gallery paper, and I'm going to show it to you. This is an annual catalog paper. It has some pretty B-sides, but it also has a bunch of scenery. And the scenery pieces, a lot of them are taken from the Library of Congress. And so there's just some really, really pretty paper in here. Hopefully you've seen it and you've seen people making fun cards online. And so you can build really fast, easy cards with this. You can, cut panels and things. I'm actually going to do a stack, cut, and shuffle with it because I want to use the Love and Strength stamp set, which is an annual catalog stamp set. It's available online and it's in our catalog as well. And I got inspired to do the stack, cut, and shuffle because I was playing around with a brand new holiday catalog set called Joyful Tidings. Joyful Tidings will be a stamp set that we use in Merrymakers. So, every year some friends and I get together and we do a Christmas card series, and Joyful Tidings will be the last month of the series. So it will be in November, and it's the one that I'm designing. And these cards are not the cards we're going to do in that class because those cards are stunning. But I had a little bit of the paper left and I wanted to kind of play around. And so I decided to do some stack, cut, and shuffle. This is pine cones, snowflake pine cones, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, this is a brand new paper. And I was having some fun cutting and just kind of playing with some of the paper. And I thought this was cute to kind of cut one of the little pine cones out and stick it on there. And so, anyway, I was having fun with that. I was having fun with Joyful Tidings and the new embellishments from the annual or holiday catalog. And then I was like, I think this would be a fun project to do with some of the paper from this one. So I think that these are the ones I'm going to use. Although maybe I'm regretting one of these decisions, but I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. I was looking to see if there was a B-side that had a little bit, well, there's that, but that kind of competes with that, right? And then no, that's not good. The blue. Maybe the blue's better. What's the flip of that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, we're gonna use the blue, I think. All right. So let me show you how this works on. Bless me. Okay, well that's fun. All right, so a couple of scenes and then this one. All right, we're gonna get our paper trimmer out and we're going to cut this paper to 4 by 5 1/4. So we're just gonna do 4. I'll make sure you guys can see. So 4. I'm cutting all 3 at the same time by 5 1/4. So it's important to keep them all lined up, and when you do this, okay. All right, and then we're gonna cut from the top left corner to somewhere over here on this side. It doesn't really matter where, so you can kind of pick how you want to do that. I'm going to drop my blade in the middle. I find it easier than trying to cut into a point. I tend to kind of get it all jammed up. So I drop my blade in the middle, pull out, and then come back down. All right, so we've got one triangle, okay? Then from here, now we've got this piece, And Duolingo tells me this is a trapezoid. And I'm going to take it, I'm using Duolingo for math. And I'm going to take it from this corner to somewhere in the middle of that. And again, because of the corner situation, I'm going to drop my blade in the middle, pull out, and then kind of finish that cut. All right, so now we have our cut pieces, and I'm gonna kind of transfer these over here. What's nice about this is that we have some extra pieces so we can decorate like the insides of the envelopes or the insides of the cards. We can also decorate like the envelope flaps if we wanted to, so, or the envelopes themselves. So we've got some extra pieces, which is nice, but not too much, you know. I picked Secret Sea as my card base color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first one and I'm going to rotate it back. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to rotate it 1, 2 back. So now we can just pull off the top and glue and go from there. So for the Secret Sea, for the card bases, I like to start with this bottom right one because it's a little bit easier for me to line up, and I'll show you why. Make sure you get glue on the corners. You don't want those little pieces, those points to stick up. So I like this because I can just square it in between those two sides, and I kind of know exactly where it's going to go. When you lay this down, you can add a river or like an edge in between them, or not. You can butt them up. It's kind of however you want to. I'm going to leave a little gap or a river. Okay. And get this one. This is the one that always kind of trips me up. So I like to kind of work my way around clockwise. And then I'll do this top one. And then there's no die set that comes with that stamp set, the Love and Strength, which is fine. And it's okay if this doesn't line up perfectly. We can cover, we're gonna put something here. So I used the Spotlight on Nature dies, which are gorgeous, and I don't know why. I think because they were like out of stock for a while, and I don't know. Anyway, I didn't get them for a while, but I have them now, and I'm happy I do. So I'm going to use those to add to this. I'm going to glue all 3 sets first, just so that I get this done first. Secret Sea is such a pretty color. Okay, and again, we're just going to make sure we've got a good alignment here. This paper is so pretty. So of the new in colors, oh, you know, I didn't do that in the order I said I would, but I'm going to persist anyway since I've already glued it. Of the new in colors, I'm curious to know which one's your favorite. Secret Sea, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, or what's the other? Oh, Cloud Cover. Yeah. So super curious as to which one's your favorite color. All right, that's nice. That turned out nice. And then let's do the last one. And then I'm going to make sure that I can see you guys and your comments. So we've done a stack, cut, and shuffle before, but a little different. I think this one for me is a little bit easier because it doesn't have to be exact. I like that it's a little more forgiving. And you'll see a lot of people are using this stack, cut, and shuffle with all sorts of different papers, country woods, and I think as long as you've got something graphical and not like a scene, like it wouldn't look good with a scene, then you know I think you're in good shape and you've got a fun paper to play with. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a couple things. I'm gonna grab my cloud cover marker and my secret C. So cloud cover is one of the colors in here. And we're going to make some sympathy cards. So this set has a couple of nice sentiments. It's okay if all you did today was breathe. That's my favorite of all of them. But I'm also going to grab maybe like this flower and maybe this. I really like the mountain. I use the mountain a lot on a couple other projects. But in this one, I'm not going to. Let's see, is that big enough? I don't know if it is. Let's see. 1, 2. I need a bigger one for that one. All right. So I've got a couple of these circles cut from, well, I cut some of the new glimmer paper. This is Secret Sea glimmer paper. It is in a 3-pack in the holiday catalog, and it's gorgeous. And I thought that could be a really fun kind of accent piece on one of these. And then the other ones, I just have some pieces cut out. So I'm going to, on 2 of these, I'm going to do just the sentiment, and on 2, or one of them I'm going to do just the sentiment. One of them I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on the back. So cloud cover is a very light color. Most of you know that the stamp pad is available, but it doesn't have consistent color, and so everybody like Stampin' Up was nervous, and they decided to not offer it for sale like as a continual product. So it's on the last chance list, which is really interesting. And so anyway, you can get the markers because apparently the markers we're not having as much issues with. The only thing I saw, I bought a couple of the stamp pads, is one of them, it turns a little more gray than blue, which doesn't really bother me. And I'm just kind of stamping and huffing on there just to get, I just wanted a little bit of something in the background on those two. They're a little bit bigger. All right, we're gonna use Secret C. Yeah, we're gonna stamp some sentiments. And it is okay if all you did today was breathe. Nice. All right, and then I'm going to, I think that one's gonna go there. So I'm just gonna lay this down with some glue, and then I'm gonna do the dimensional piece on top. And then with the other ones, I might add some like matte dots or something, you know, a little more muted. But I wanted to show how you could kind of pop this up and you could have a little bit more fun. The sizes, I mean, there's a ton of sizes and different like cutout pieces for this. So it's a really fun set. All right, do some dimensionals. So one of the reasons I like the stack, cut, and shuffle technique is that I tend to knock out more cards in one swoop because I'm getting, you know, 3 at a time done. And so I love that I can do that. All right, there we go. I do think these flowers, they're not the same, but they're reminiscent of one another. And so I think that that is fine. Let's see what pretty doodads can we add that will make this. I mean, we could use those matte ones, but they're kind of boring. Oh, some brass birds, dragonflies maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Anything else exciting? We do have some nice pearl in color. Flat pearls, so those are nice. Maybe, yeah, we'll do a couple different ones. We'll show off a couple. Let's see which one we like best. We'll vote. All right, so one of my favorite new embellishments in the annual catalog are the antique pearls. I think these are very, very, very pretty. And I think that they're kind of like a milky cream color. They're a flat pearl, so they're not super, um, they're not high profile. And I think they're really pretty. So that is one choice. One of the other choices we could do. So we have some Secret C. Ooh, that's pretty. I think I'm gonna like that one. And that's pretty. So some Secret C pearls. That's really pretty. And then I'm gonna look and see. I don't know if we need a little bird, the brass, what do they call it? Brass, dragonflies and birds. And they're still current too, amazingly. We've had these for a while. So there's 3 different things on here. There's birds that fly up, there's birds that fly down, and then there's dragonflies. I don't love the birds that fly down, but we could add one of the birds that flies up to that one. I think that's nice. I don't think, it's a nice touch though. I might add a birdie here. I'm trying to add these guys to more projects. This one's pretty full already, so I don't think I'm gonna add anything else to this one. And then when we add a white piece on the inside, we can add a piece of this DSP at the bottom. So that'll kind of finish the card off really nicely. But all right, so what do we think? Which is our favorite embellishment? Is it the antique pearl? Is it the Secret C pearls? Or maybe you like the brass birds. I don't know. You tell me. But super excited to show you this and hope you enjoyed it. Super fun way to play with your DSP, use up some of your designer series paper, and also a way to start knocking out some cards. I kind of had a rut there where I was not making a lot of cards, and I need to get back into the habit. So I am thinking that I like this one the best of all of them. I'm partial to glimmer paper, and I do just like that little dove right there. So but great stamp set, great paper, and hope you love this. All right, thanks so much, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Please know if you need, if you're not on my newsletter list, I'd love to add you to my newsletter list. So you can always send me your contact info. And I have a couple of classes coming up that I will actually post down below in a few minutes. I have a Ghouls Night In. We have a really fun stamp camp coming up. And we have our Merry Makers. And I have my paper party. Got a lot going on. It's the start of a new catalog, so I'm always overly ambitious when that happens. But anyway, hope you love this. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.